A nigga from Los Angeles writeth the BossMack. He say BossMack. I'm a 29-year-old nigga out here getting to my chili working at the post office. I have one bitch on the team, a 30-year-old accountant bitch. Here is my situation. Me and my bitch have been together for 6 years. When I graduated from college, I started working for a little tech startup, and I was getting big chili. Me and my bitch knew each other in college, and we used to dibble and dabble, but things got serious between us after I graduated. Life was good. I was living in a luxury apartment. I had a Charger, and we was living life. Taking trips and doing all types of lit activities. The pandemic came, and within a year, the company I was working for folded, and I was unemployed. I couldn't get a job paying the type of money I was used to making, and I started falling and burning through my savings. During this time, my bitch was living with me, so she went for the ride. I did all types of shit for money. I even drove for Uber and Lyft, but somehow it just wasn't enough. I had to downsize apartments. I had to give up the Charger, and I thought my bitch was ride or die. After all, we had a few popping years together. Then I managed to get a job at the post office. Simultaneously, my bitch became an accountant, and she was making more money than me. I still have ambitions to get back in the tech industry, and opportunities are on the horizon. But now my bitch started working at a new firm, and she began hanging out after work with bitches from her job. And my bitch started coming home drunk at night from time to time. A bitch was coming home on nights that she had to go to work the next day at like 2 a.m. and shit. So about 3 weeks ago, my bitch came in at 2 or 3 a.m. on a Wednesday night. And I pressed her on some, hey, you gotta get up and go to work. You gonna be hungover at work. You need to slow down on the late nights during the work week. Then for the first time, a bitch went off on me. She called me a broke ass loser nigga. And how the fuck can I question her about her job when I don't even have a real job? Then a bitch said, little nigga, you need to stay in your lane. You a Brokie. Then a bitch passed out on the couch. My nigga, I felt the respect a bitch once had for me was diminishing. But it's crazy, because at no time was I ever not hustling to get money. I was never idle. I might not have been getting big chili like I was before, but I was never not trying, my nigga. Seeing my bitch go off on me like that broke my heart. I all of a sudden felt like I was living with my enemy. The next day, a bitch tried to apologize and cook my favorite meal for me. BossMack, I feel like I gotta leave a bitch. Do you think it's any way to rebuild the respect, or is all lost at this level? And this bitch is turning into an alcoholic. Hit the like button for this game. All right. These are my feelings. The name of the show is Respect is Everything. Respect is everything. Respect is everything. Sometimes in life, man, you just get shitty cards, right? Everything is going good, and then you get shitty cards. You know what I'm saying? And out here in this world, you don't get credit for trying. You don't get credit for effort. You get credit for getting shit done. You know what I'm saying? You get credit for getting shit done, finding a way out of no way. You know what I'm saying? You don't get credit for trying. You know what I'm saying? And I say all that to say that when you set a high mark, right? When you set a high mark, and then, you know, you start falling from that high mark, you should never expect understanding from your bitch. Your bitch is never understanding that. Respect is gonna be lost. You know what I'm saying? Quality of life ain't the same. Respect is gonna be lost. Matter of fact, at that point, me personally, I wouldn't even brought a bitch along for the ride. Once I saw shit was collapsing, I would have fired a bitch. I'd have broke shit off on just the fact that I just don't even think a bitch. Cause I'm not accepting no disrespect. I'm not accepting it. And I know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? I know it's coming. It's coming because what you gotta imagine is a bitch's friends and her associates. You know what I'm saying? Y'all set a high mark. Y'all was living lavish. You know what I'm saying? You taking trips. You in a Charger. You know what I'm saying? A lifestyle. Y'all had a certain type of lifestyle. Now as you start falling, you know, friends is saying stuff and all this type of shit. Her friends, family. You know what I mean? You know, and disrespect is coming. Now, me personally, I would have pulled the plug on some shit way before that. You know what I'm saying? So I could focus on rebuilding without taking a bitch for the ride. You know what I'm saying? But once I heard disrespect, once I hear disrespect, there's no way I can recoup from that. There's no way. A bitch is fired. You know what I'm saying? From that episode right there, we done. We done. I would just tell a bitch we done. You know what I'm saying? I would be like, we done. Off of one episode of disrespectful talk like that. I can't do multiple episodes of disrespectful talk like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, drunk conversation be true conversation. What do they call that? Drunk conversation be, what is it? Sober thoughts come out while you drunk, or whatever that saying is and shit. Yeah, man. There's no way I could I could tolerate that type of conversation, we would be done. You know what I'm saying? I will be graceful with it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have no emotional episode with it. I would just, as a bitch delivered that to me, I would be like, all right, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. You do make more money than me. You right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The next day when a bitch was trying to cook and make up, I would be listening to a bitch talk about how she's sorry and this and that and all of this and that, and she was drunk or whatever and this and that. And then I'll be like, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you making my favorite meal, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. But I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and move up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to move up out of here in a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just get my own place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to let you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Cuz you don't need to be with a Brokie. You know what I'm saying? Let me look in the camera. I'll be like, you don't need to be with a Brokie. So, you know what I'm saying? And we cool. We had a good run though. You know what I'm saying? That's on me, That's on me for trying to be ambitious and work for the tech startup, and I gambled. I took the L. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it's all good. Congratulations on the elevation in your career. You feel me? And we good. And the bitch could go into all kind of begging and crying, and she's sorry, she was drunk, and I'd be like, you know what? Hey man, listen. Borba Lizard, I appreciate that $20. I'll be like, listen here, man. It's unhealthy for you to stay with a nigga that you feel like you could talk that disrespectful to, even if you drunk. You know what I'm saying? That's unhealthy. You shouldn't even want that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And hey man, I can't be around that. Cause it ain't like I'm trying to stay working at the post office. I'm trying to get back to the chili, but I can't be around a bitch that's my enemy. I can't be sleeping with the enemy type of shit. Yeah, I'll be like, that movie Sleeping with the Enemy? It's an old movie called Sleeping with the Enemy. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm sleeping with the enemy. And I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, surprise, you sleeping with the enemy. So I can't be sleeping with the enemy though, like out here, man. So you do you over here. I'll get up out of here. You can have this spot because you getting to your chili. My dick would never get hard for her again after that conversation. My dick couldn't get hard for her ever again. I couldn't even have no sexual thoughts. See, once it's disrespect like that from a bitch, I don't have no sexual thoughts about her no more. I couldn't have no sexual thoughts about her. I couldn't. I got it. We done. We done. After one episode of that, no matter how much I love a bitch, I put myself over the bitch. I'd be like, I'd rather live by myself and get a whole new bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's bitches out there That's gonna treat me like a king while I'm working at the post office. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna fuck with one of those kind of bitches. You know what I'm saying? It's more fuck you being an accountant. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be fucking with a bitch that's a manager at Starbucks than fuck with a, you know what I'm saying, bitch, do you, bitch.